Hey guys, I am live and I am ready to talk about the number two thing, or number two reason I should say, on why people haven't reached their health and fitness goals yet. Sorry, busty girl problems. Anyways, I'm going to give a little bit of time here to let some people hop on. I know it's probably around lunchtime or maybe it's after your lunchtime, so you might be missing this. But I am kind of meal prepping some today, mainly my protein because I ran out. So I just cooked some salmon and I also cooked some more chicken for this upcoming week and for the rest of this weekend. So this topic is money. And this is a hard topic to talk about because a lot of people are very hesitant to talk about money. It's one of the driving factors in everything that you do almost. So, money and why people haven't reached their health and fitness goals yet. A lot of people think that you need a lot of money in order to reach your goals, and that's not the case. Um, Working out and stuff, you could either choose to go to a gym and pay for a membership or even a personal trainer. But that adds up over time, obviously. And then, a lot of people think eating healthy is very expensive, and it's really not. You just have to watch what you choose compared to what eating out like fast food and eating out at a restaurant, you're spending a lot more than you would if you had just made it at home. So that's one of the things and one of the areas that we will eventually talk about. But, money ties into that as well. So people think that, oh, I can't eat healthy because it's so expensive. In reality, it's really not. And I will cover more on that later, like I said. But with that being said, money is, at the beginning, I thought that money was, like, I didn't have the money to start. I literally thought that I couldn't start, my fitness journey. I couldn't start eating healthy because I had it in my mind already that it was way too expensive. So I waited and waited and waited until eventually I was just like, I'm miserable. And I was 50 pounds heavier, and I didn't feel comfortable with myself. My self-esteem was low. I didn't feel confident. I was actually spending more money on clothes to get clothes that would fit me, rather than, spending that money on healthy foods and everything else. So it was a matter of priorities for me because I was also spending and eating out almost every meal every day. Like I said in the last video, when I first started, I had, two jobs at the time. So, my time was limited and I didn't know really where to start in eating healthy. I didn't know, like, I had grown up and my parents, made a lot of things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they were healthy foods. So, we always had, every week we always had, the weekend, had pizza and things like that. But during the week, my parents mostly made homemade things, which was great, but it wasn't, all healthy. So when I moved out, I didn't know exactly what was healthy, what wasn't, what I should be focusing on when I wanted to transition into this and live healthier and lose the weight. So I had to start researching, if you have Pinterest, you'll be on there for hours pinning things, but do you actually ever use them? I didn't. I just pinned it for inspiration for me, but I never actually did anything about it until I got to the point where I was like, okay, now I really need to do something about it. So I waited until I got Insanity. I started with Insanity. Like I said, I didn't start eating healthy right away. The money for me at the time was really tight, working two jobs, but also doing that just so I could make my car payments. So money was an issue for me. But at the same time, it was just not a priority to me. I would have been able to afford eating healthier. I would have been able to afford working out. And I did when I got Insanity. So I had that schedule. I had that workout calendar, and I knew exactly what I had to do every day. So it was a matter of priorities to me because I was getting Starbucks or McDonald's every morning for breakfast, and that was, maybe $5 to $6. And then lunch I would get Subway or Chipotle or something like that. There's another $7. And then dinner, sometimes I would just pick up Wendy's because it was more convenient. So there was another, $6 to $7. Here I was spending about $20 a day on just fast food, when now I have learned how to eat healthy, not eat out as much. I still do, but it's very limited. And I used to, now I spend maybe $40 a week on just food for myself. And that's it. When I was spending that in 2 days of eating out. Another way that has helped me to, keep on track with my spending, because, we get those cravings, and that was my biggest thing. I always craved, anything sweet, and then I also craved anything salty. I was just driving on that. Like, I was like, oh, I want ice cream because it was something sweet, or I wanted Starbucks because it had all that sugar in it. Because I don't like coffee just plain. I liked it with the sugar. And then the other part of it was I like things that were salty. So, chips and pretzels and, anything like that. I was loving that. Snacks galore. I was a big snacker. So I had to change my mindset to figure out where I was spending that money that I could be using to reach my goals better. And when I did that, and when I realized that, I, found that fitness and my health was very important to me, because not only was my health causing me to be very fatigued, I was very tired all of the time. Like, I didn't want to get up in the morning because I was eating so poorly. I had no energy. So when I look through my typical day to day, I noticed that, I was, not making it a priority. I was just, saying, oh, I'm going to do this. But in reality, I kept telling myself in the back of my mind I couldn't do it. And it was just because I didn't really realize how much money I was spending. So moving forward, I moved to Georgia, and I had fallen off the bandwagon. I hadn't worked out in months. I did Insanity, and then I quit due to moving and everything else and excuses that I had. So moving to Georgia, then I was like, okay, I need to pick this up back up again. And I did that, and I joined as a coach because I realized I didn't have that accountability that I really needed in order to reach my goals. I was by myself. I didn't have any friends in Georgia. I was only there for my husband. So in doing that, one second, there we go. In doing that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to join as a coach because, one, I was going to get to try Shakeology, and I was going to be able to drink Shakeology every day for as low as $3 a day, and even have the possibility of having it paid for. And then two, I was going to have that accountability and support from my team, being plugged into a challenge group, checking in every day, which I wasn't doing, and being off track for so long. I was like, okay, I really got to do this because I'm never going to lose the weight if I don't. And then not only that, having the team there as well in the challenge group, it helped me to get my questions answered. How to eat healthier, how to follow the nutrition plan better, how to, be motivated every day to press play. And so that accountability and support was the biggest factor in that. And I didn't have a lot of money to spend at the time because I had just moved to Georgia. I quit my job just to move there. I didn't have another job lined up in Georgia. I just got up and moved. So, coaching kind of came to me in a time and place where it was going to give me that opportunity to earn money if I wanted to. It was that possibility. I wasn't really sure about it at the beginning, but I realized it gave me even more accountability if I was helping others, and I was getting paid to help others, which is awesome and a win-win. So then I eventually started having my Shakeology paid for every month. So now I even use that extra money to take and buy groceries and I feel much better because I'm doing that. So, a lot of people say they don't have the money. In reality, a lot of people do have the money. It's just how you spend it. I advise you to look at, how many times are you drinking Starbucks? How many times are you going out to eat a week? How many times are you going to the store grabbing snacks or, other things that you're spending it on? Maybe it's clothes and things like that. Things that aren't really a necessity. Like, yeah, they are a necessity, but in an abundance. I was spending about $200 in clothes a month, which, when I was gaining weight, I needed to do that in order to have clothes that would fit me. But going forward, a lot of people say they don't have the money, but they really do. It's just a matter of priorities. And if your health and fitness is very important to you, then you will find a way to make it happen. With the programs that I do, you can do those over and over and over again, and you don't have to continue to use gas to drive to the gym. You don't have to pay for a personal trainer. And you can do those as many times as you want without having to pay over and over again. And then if you are a coach as well, then you can have it paid for. You can get the 25% off discount and everything else. So that was my way in order to make it a lifestyle change. And that's really what your health and fitness is. It's not just, oh, I'm going to pick it up and then I'm going to do it until I lose 10 pounds. No, it's a lifestyle change because you can't just lose 10 pounds and then expect it to stay off. You have to keep up with it. And you're going to feel much better if you do. And you're going to live longer. But other than that, that's really all. If you have any questions, comment down below about that. Or if you'd like to learn more about what I do, let me know and I'd be happy to share that information with you. Bye, guys.